NBA sends a memo to all 30 teams regarding the Damian Lillard's trade request that he only wants to be traded to the Miami Heat. So the NBA now comes out with this memo telling teams that I don't understand what this is about, because what are they trying to do here? Like, what's the point? It's already out there that Lillard only wants to play for Miami, right? His agent put it out there. So what is the memo to the NBA teams? What does that mean? Right? Because no team out there is going to risk trading for a contract that's worth over $200 million for a guy that's 33 years old if he doesn't want to be there. So I don't know what the NBA think this is, what they're trying to do here, but to me, this doesn't change anything. So we have the story. Let's hear from Shams, who reported on this earlier on Friday about what is going down. Here's Shams.
So this just came in now. I just got this. The NBA sent a memo to its 30 NBA teams about informing them that they have interviewed Damian Lillard and his agent Aaron Goodwin about his stance, that he only wants to play in Miami, that he wants to trade, as we've reported via sources, but also that, as we reported and as his agent has said publicly, that he only wants to play in Miami. And the league advised both Lillard and Goodwin that any future comments of the sort, as far as him wanting to only play in Miami, will be potentially subject him to discipline, I'm told, in this memo.
So what kind of discipline? How do you can't discipline that. So instead of putting it out there in the open, the agent could just call all 30 teams or leak it out to 30 different representatives of that team or 29 teams and say, hey, don't trade for Lillard, he doesn't want to be here. Or they could tell their friends. They can go to a podcast and leak it. Someone close to Lillard, one of Lillard's homeboys, somebody who rolls with the posse, and get on one of these podcasts that's close to the league and say, hey, Lillard, he ain't trying to go there, so they better not trade for him, right? So I don't understand how they're gonna police this. There's no way to stop this from happening. Just like there's no way to stop guys from colluding on getting together. Look, I get it. The NBA has to do something, but you're kind of too late. The cat's already out of the bag. The guys are gonna figure out a way to let it be known that they don't want to play for their team. Honestly, I don't really see a big problem with that, especially when you consider how large the contracts are. Look, yes, I know there's people out there that's like, hey man, these guys shouldn't be doing that. And I'm not really a big fan of the whole guys trying to team up or trying to maneuver their way to other teams with big stars. Not a big fan of that, but I get it. It's part of the business. And the guys want to win. You want to play with the best guys. In this scenario, it's good. I think it's good that Lillard says this because, like I said, you would say if you're a team and you think, oh, Damian Lillard's available, and you're a younger team or you're a team that's not really ready to win, but you can get Lillard, and you trade off all your assets, or maybe you're a third team involved that may not want to get involved because you're like, I don't know, it may not work out. We have to give up all these assets for a guy that may not want to stay. So I think it's a good thing that it gets out there. I think it's good. I don't see a problem with it. Is it ethical? Is it good business? Is it good for the league? Probably not, because you don't want guys just saying, no, I don't want to go here to go there. But, I mean, what can you do? What can you really do about it? Would you want to trade for a guy to find out after you trade for him that you got to take his contract and he doesn't want to be there? Last thing you want is an unhappy veteran player that doesn't want to play for your team. So I would rather know ahead of time that he doesn't want to be here than to trade for him and give up all the assets. Now, maybe the NBA saying this because they want to protect the negotiation process, because now if Miami knows they're the only team he wants to go to, it helps Miami in negotiations to say, hey, we're only going to give this up and we don't have to give you that because he doesn't really want to be nowhere else. What are you going to do? You're going to have to keep him. And it kind of helps Portland. So the NBA, so maybe the NBA is doing this to protect Portland, to make sure they can get the most assets they can get. Maybe that's what's happening. Now, if it's, now I can kind of see that side of it. I can understand it a little bit. But at the same time, I mean, whether it's done in public or behind closed doors, the agent or anyone close to Lillard can always leak it out and say, hey, call each team up and say, nah, Lillard doesn't want to play here. Don't even trade for him. So they can still do it. So I still don't even get it, even if you're saying, well, the NBA is doing this to protect Portland's negotiation. Nah, it still doesn't make sense, actually, because they can still let teams know without going public. And what will stop that team from coming out and leaking it to the press, right? So if a team that wanted Lillard so bad reached out to Portland or reached out to Damian's agent and said, hey, you know, we'd love to have Lillard, and then the agent says, nah, Lillard only wants to go to Miami, that's it. So that team could easily leak that out to a reporter or an insider. Hey, we tried to call for Lillard, but he says he only wants to go to Miami. Then boom, it gets published. So now it's out. So you really never could protect this, even if Lillard didn't do it or his agent. A team that wanted him that they say no to could leak it out of being upset that they can't trade for him. So you can't really police it. Sorry to say it, you can't. Play the rest of this.
Those comments continue, as well as a warning to the NBPA that any future comments by players, their agents, that are similar to the ones as far as I only want to play for this specific team in a trade request, if that's made, that could also be subject to potential discipline as well. But in reading this memo, the NBA told its teams that they spoke to Goodwin, they spoke to Lillard, and that Goodwin essentially denied telling teams that he told them that he only that Lillard would only play in Miami. And so from this memo states, the NBA also spoke to other teams, and essentially they were given the messaging as well that Goodwin's statements were consistent for the most part. So this is relevant information because for the league to take the step of going and interviewing Damian Lillard, going and interviewing his agent, really informing them to essentially knock off any potential rhetoric about only wanting to be traded to Miami.
Yeah, but they can't do nothing about it. What's the penalty? You're gonna fine him? The guy's making he has like $200 million over the next few years that he's gonna be paid. So what? And you only can fine a guy one time for that. So all you gotta do is let it out once, right? One time. Hey, I ain't playing for nobody but Miami. Boom. So the NBA says, oh, I don't like you did that. We're gonna fine you. Yeah, but now everyone knows I only want to play for one team. So you could fine me, and I still get to go to where I want to play at. I still get to go to the team I want, or the team that I want to play for knows that I'm only interested in that team. And it still hurts the team that has the player. So, I don't know. The only penalty that I can possibly see that the NBA could do is maybe like whatever team does trade for him. Like say if he says I only want to go to Miami, maybe the NBA says you will lose your first round pick for that. But then how can you penalize the team that trades for the player that may not be involved in that? You get what I'm saying? Like it ain't Miami's fault. At least we think it's not, that he only wants to play for Miami. So can you punish Miami for that? No, you can't. So I don't see how the NBA is going to be able to like stop this. I just don't. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this. Do you think the NBA has any type of way to stop this? Or is this just something that they have to live with regardless? Let us know in the comments. Sports Page run by sports fans.